Sammy, how you doing? Happy Tuesday, my man.
Hey, Ryan, good to be with you.
Likewise, I love the digital background. Anything in space like that, planets, astronomy, I absolutely love it. Really good choice here today. Folks, join Sammy's free webinar on July 9th, the big day. At 4:30, learn how to become an elite swing trader. Your QR code is at the top of the screen there. Okay, Sammy, what do you got on deck for us today? Do we want to cover any of the stocks that you talked about last time you were on? Oh, it's been a while. I think we had you on in March. I think you were talking about China back then, maybe Disney, as I was just covering in the Netflix story. Do you want to cover any of those stocks, or do you have new stuff for us today?
Anything you want. I don't remember exactly what I talked about, but Disney looks really good. If you bring up the monthly chart, it's looking pretty amazing. China looks also very, very good. If you look at the yen monthly chart, hasn't gotten going, of course, but just look at that monthly chart.
Okay, so
Yeah.
here's your yen monthly. So I'm guessing here that what you're thinking here is that this has based and we're just due for a move higher here, right?
Exactly. It dropped for so long, and then the momentum to the downside subsided, and now it's starting to look like it's looking up. Look at Billy, BILI, is a China stock also.
Okay.
So there's a lot of China names that look really good. Look at that Billy. It looks amazing.
Yeah, and actually it does look like this is going to try and curl up and break out here. Now, you said you didn't remember the last time what all we talked about. Thankfully, I'm here, and I do remember. We did talk about a lot of the China names last time. Three of the ones that you had mentioned were Baba, YMM, and JD. Now, that was back in the middle of March. I believe that you had said that this was some of your best trades of the year going into that. Now, of course, some of these have pulled back a little bit, but you're outlining here a potential new setup. Is that right?
I mean, it's the same monthly setup. Baba popped really hard. I'm not no longer in it, but the pullback on Baba doesn't look so. I mean, it's pretty deep, so I don't love it. JD is even worse. So there's some other China names that look much better. Why would I want to go back to those? So such as, like I said, Billy, EDU. Yep. VIPS, VIPS. So there's some China names if that's what you want to do. And I am in the yen. I'm as a disclaimer, I am invested in the yen. So we'll see.
Okay, now, so that's good. So it looks like you made a whole bunch of money on some of the China names earlier in the year. You kind of waited out some of these down moves. Now there seems to be another setup here on some of these trades. You're picking some of the individual names as well as the levered ETF. Do you have any triggers here for these trades, or are these already triggered?
The Billy already triggered. The yen, I mean, I can give you a trigger right now on the yen, which is over $43. And then the stop on it would be under 37.40 as a long-term trade. So I absolutely love it. There's some other names that I didn't even mention, like EDU. I mean, there's some pretty good names. Some of them are late, but the EDU isn't too late. The Billy, I would wait for a pullback because it is a little bit late. Yeah, but I mean, there's some nice names. And it's not just the China stocks. I mean, there's some names that look good from US stocks or gold and silver. That look good, really good long-term as well.
What are some of your favorite names, or do you trade any of these ETFs for gold, or do you have individual names that you like?
We just got, I don't trade the ETFs so much, but we just got the target on the SBSW just yesterday. It's been an open position in the newsletter for quite some time. Look at that monthly chart, how it curled.
I'm sorry, what was that ticker again?
SBSW.
SB. Okay. I'm sorry. I heard SP. So, oh my God. So you said that you look at the monthly chart on this one?
Oh. Yeah. And so the reason why I'm bringing it up is because we have is set up just like it in the AG. It's a silver stock in this case, AG, but the same kind of setup, exact setup on the monthly. Awesome. So I like the AG a lot. And then I have a trigger for you if you want on the AG.
Yes.
Yeah, the trigger should be, actually it's kind of triggering, no, not yet. So the trigger should be over 875 with a stop, is a tight stop under 775. So it's just a $1 stop as a long-term trade also.
Okay, awesome. That's pretty actionable too. So really good stuff there on AG. I like it. This chart actually sure looks to me like it's going to try and break out right here. So every time that we talk about metals, one of our viewers here reminds us what one of the king stocks are for metals here. So I'm just going to ask you if you like this, and then maybe if you have a setup on it. It's going to be ticker AEM.
So if you look at the AEM, lovely, looks amazing. Look at the monthly chart, but it's too far gone. It's already way up.
Gotcha.
If you look at the daily, it still is bullish, but the 20 period moving average on the daily went flat. So that tells me there's not much momentum to the upside at the moment. So why would I want to go there? Even though it is really bullish, it doesn't look very much different than the actual index. I want something that's actually just bottoming, that's about ready to rip.
Gotcha. So let me ask you there just real quick, and this doesn't necessarily have to apply to some of the metals there. Do you put more emphasis on a monthly or a daily chart, or are you basically looking at all of the time frames and then kind of making your judgment based on what they all show?
So if the monthly looks good, it means I can keep it long term, like the SBSW.
Got it.
If the monthly doesn't look good and I just have a really nice looking daily, then I can just keep it for a few days as a swing trade. But if the monthly is set up and looks good, then I can keep it long term. And that's what I actually gravitate towards.
Awesome. I absolutely, folks, this is gold here. Sami, really appreciate it. Join Sami's free webinar on July 9th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Learn how to become an elite swing trader. You're dropping gold nuggets for us right now. Absolutely amazing. What else you got for us?
What else? Believe it or not, I love Boeing.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I love Boeing. I mean, there was that airline crash and it already is above where it was. I mean, it recovered. So that means the worst is behind it. It looks much higher to me, at least to 250. I love Gild or Gilead, Gild. If you look at the monthly, it dropped from 120 to 60. It based for so long and then it broke out. Now we missed the breakout. It already broke out, but it went sideways for how many years? I don't even know, 5, 6, 7 years. So, and it just broke out last year. So this should be much higher. So there's some names like that. There's another name that's actually currently bottoming, but it doesn't have an entry yet. It's AAP. It's AutoZone. I think it's AutoZone. Yeah, yep. Advanced Auto Parts. It's AAP. If you look at the monthly, the weekly, the daily, it looks good all around, but I'm just stalking it for an entry.
What kind of trigger are you looking for on this? Like, does it come off of the daily? Does it come off the monthly? I mean, on the daily here, it actually looks like we are within 50 cents of snapping above the 500-day moving average, which is what my purple line is here. That's just about 2 years of trading days for reference there. Do you have a trigger here on AAP?
Yeah, it's over 53.75. with a stop under $45. It's a big stop. I wish it was a tighter base on the weekly chart, but when I play long term, I don't want the tight stops because you can easily get shaken out of. If it's a swing trade for a few days, of course you want the tight stop. But if it's a longer term trade, you want the big stop so you don't get shaken out. And if the play actually works, you can always look to add to it. But if you get shaken out of it, you're not going to be there to add to the position.
Okay. Really quickly, I know this is Advanced Auto Parts, ticker AAP. I know we accidentally mentioned AutoZone there. That's ticker AZO. Just kind of looking at that, is this one is it not as attractive because maybe it's already kind of moved? I mean, just looking since June 26th, the stock is up, 300 points almost? Yeah, 300 points.
So if you look at, sorry. So yeah, AZO and Orly, ORLY, O'Reilly. Yep. I mean, these are the leaders for sure, but they've already moved. So we're trying to catch something that's not too late.
Skate to where the puck is going. That's what I like to say. Okay. Really good stuff there. You know, one of the other things that we have kind of been talking about recently that you seem to be early on was real estate stocks. One of the ones that we have been talking about recently, a lot of us here on the program actually have a position here, lowering interest rates, which we're anticipating absolutely plays into this. We were looking at Rocket. Do you have anything in terms of real estate that you still like?
Real estate, let's take a look at. I thought Zillow would get to 100. It got just shy of 100. Look at the Zillow monthly chart, the pullback. I mean, that looks good. That doesn't look too bad.
Nope.
Rocket, I think, is it the R? No, that's pharmaceutical.
It's RKT.
RKT, let's take a look. It's, if you compare Zillow to Rocket, Rocket is a much deeper pullback on the monthly chart. That tells you it's weaker. So I would go with something like Zillow. Okay. Redfin, I just want to take a look real quick. Redfin looks pretty good on the monthly. And Zillow looks better, I think. So those two look good. The Redfin looks very much like Lyft, Lyft. So those two I'm watching, but they've been weak for so long that I don't trust. So Lyft and Redfin look alike to me on the monthly chart.
Okay.
So yeah, another name that I really like that I'm already in is Twilio, TWLO.
Okay.
And look at the monthly. It had that, we played it last year 3 times on that move up, and now it had the pullback, and it looks like it's about to go back up. So I like the Twilio, and the tight stop would be under that little green bar on the monthly chart. So
sorry, let me go back. Yeah, I changed it too fast there. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah, exactly.
Right so down this one or the
no, the little green bar, and the entry for it would be just over 125.55 basically. Okay. So it's a longer term play. It dropped from $400 something to 80 or 50, and then now it's starting to go back up.
Okay, awesome. Folks, join Sami's free webinar on July 9th at 4:30 Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Learn how to become an elite swing trader. Your QR code is in the top. All right, Sami, this has been awesome so far. Is there anything else that you want to mention here before we head off for the day?
One last name I can throw out there is Bitcoin, because it's been basing for so long at the all-time high. I'm not a fan of chasing something that's up 500% already.
Sure.
But it's been basing at the all-time high for so long. I mean, it's gonna break out soon, I'm sure.
Okay, so do you actually like trading the coin? Do you trade anything that's connected to this, like Coinbase or Circle or any of the?
Right, Circle looks pretty good. It's starting. If you look at the daily, there's nice rounding bottom. Coinbase is already too late, but okay. Circle looks pretty good to me. But in answer to your question, do I trade the actual Bitcoin or do I trade the ETF? The ETF. So I use IBIT.
Okay.
It's cheaper, easier, safer. You know, have access to my brokerage account every day. I don't need to go to the exchange. Basically, I don't need to go to my Coinbase account. Easier.
Okay. And then one last general question here, just because someone in the chat reminded me. We've recently seen a lot of these kind of smaller companies will release a PR saying that they're going to add either Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana to the treasury. It almost like they're trying to follow the strategy that MicroStrategy is using. What do you think just generally about this? If you have any individual names, we'll take them, of course. But just generally, do you like this? Are you bullish on this? What do you think about this?
I don't know for sure, but one of the most recent names that said, oh, let's do the same thing was GME. Look at GME daily chart. It just broke down yesterday. Now, how do I know all of this stuff? Ryan, did we talk before this interview? We didn't. Did I? I'm a trader, so I'm familiar with all the names without even looking at the chart. So GME just recently announced the same thing, that they're going to invest in Bitcoin. Look what what it looks like. I don't know that it's going to work all that easily. Mm-hmm. These companies that do this, they don't have a business. I mean, they're just doing it because they saw it worked for MicroStrategy, and MicroStrategy MSTR also didn't take off with Bitcoin recently. And it's been basing. So I actually like MSTR higher, but I don't like some of the other names that are throwing their hat in the ring and doing the same thing as MSTR.
Yeah, you make a really good point there, because some of them seem like their core business or whatever they were doing before isn't very good. And the attempt to add Bitcoin to the treasury is almost a way to kind of buoy this. So that makes a lot of sense there. Okay, Sami, this is phenomenal insights, really good stuff here today. ton of stocks, ton of good insights. Folks, join Sami's free webinar on July 9th. Scan up that QR code. Thanks a million, man. Can't wait to talk to you next time you come on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.